Hey guys, this is a little tutorial on a good way to train your melee that I've discovered pretty recently. It's down at the Kalphite King Hive, fighting the exiled guardians down there. They're level 140, they give you about 650 XP every kill, and they're very, very quick to slay. They drop like flies. So we're going to go down there and have a look at a good technique to kill them nice and quickly and get a nice XP per hour rate up for your training. So we're just travelling there at the moment. Obviously, when you're power training, you have stat boosting items like potions here. You'll have prayer, supporting prayers. Doesn't matter what spellbook you're on, you'll always have a supporting prayer, like a leech too much. Just go with the accuracy. And a bit of food, just so you can last as long as possible. Now these guys don't hit very hard, so you don't need to bother at all. In terms of getting here, the bandit camp lodestone is where you want to teleport to. Now, I actually never noticed that lodestone existed before I did Desert Treasure quest. So, if, just in case, you can't actually teleport to that lodestone unless you've done the quest, another quick way to get here, would be to either get a magic carpet ride from Al Kharid to Bedabin camp or bandit camp, whatever it is, or to Polvanich and just run down. As you can see, you're not running that much further than the actual lodestone itself. Down south past the pyramid here, and the hive is a dungeon icon on your minimap just south of it. It's quite easy to get to. So once you're in here, you want to be doing a thing that's called, or what I call a loop. It's the most effective way to kill as many as possible in a short amount of time. So what we're going to do, we're going to get started and do a warm-up loop so we can get our adrenaline up nice and high, and then we just want to keep using our thresholds. So we'll get that sorted. In terms of setup, yeah, summoning familiar will definitely help. A combat familiar. If you're a lower level, you will utilize probably a bunyip, which is level 68 summoning, I'm quite sure, just to help keep that healing up. I don't actually need food at all. I can just I can get away with using Soul Split if I want, but for the purpose of this vid, I've got a bit of food here, just so you can get the idea. After we get some adrenaline here, we'll do another loop and record, see how long it's taking to do a loop, and then do a bit of maths to figure out what the rate per hour is going to be. You don't need to bank very often at all. I'd say if you've got over 60 defense and over 70 attack and strength, you'll be very successful at this place. You won't need to bank often at all. Finding your items, find some decent food, and wear the best armor you can, you'll be fine. Dual wielding weapons is the main priority, because we're power training here, we're only focusing on not doing effect like that with two-handed weapons. You need dual wielding weapons not only because they have a higher damage output per second generally than two-handed weapons, or of course a weapon and shield, but you can utilize some extra abilities such as destroy that help keep that damage per second right up there when you're training. So that's really, really important, guys. Frankly, I don't really care if you're using a whip and an offhand dragon skimmy. If you've only got 70 attack or 60 attack, whatever the rock islands are, dual wielding is a much preferred option. Most definitely. Unless, of course, you've got 75 attack and you want to just go for a god sword over a whip. That's the only time I'd probably recommend it. But you should be having chaotics by now. Dungeoneering's been out for a while. I recommend chaotics. They're great little weapons. Quite cheap to repair. So we'll start timing here and we'll see how long it takes to do a loop. We'll try and do it nice and quick. And get that rate up. There's not really any main points about this training here, apart from just dual wielding and keeping your stats boosted for maximum damage per second. That's what the game's all about here. You're not about defense. You don't need to worry about your summoning familiars. You don't need to worry about other players. The only other players you'll see around here are people actually going to the dungeon just behind you there to kill the Kalphite King in groups. People don't really train here because it's not a very well-known place to train. People may argue that it's because there's better spots to train, but in my opinion, there's not many when it comes to attack and strength. And even if they are, you get bored of it. I mean, I often get sick of killing frost dragons, and I come here for an hour or two at a time just for a break. But especially for lower levels, I mean, I'm level 190 something, 190 maybe, and training here is quite easy. I'd recommend this for people maybe around the levels of anywhere from 170 onwards. As long as you've got that 60 defense and you've got combat stats over 65, 70, you should be fine. So I'm wasting time here. I've got a threshold ability and I'm not using it. So obviously the quickest time I've ever done a lap here is about 1 minute, 1 second, 60 seconds. My normal's about 1 minute, 10 seconds. But I mean, we've already done 1.5 minutes here for some reason. So he's down. That took exactly 1 minute 30. Of course, we'll just put that down to 1:15 because I've just been talking and not really utilising those abilities. The abilities you use determine all the difference between how long you're taking. You need to, get a good hold of those thresholds and just keep using them. So yeah, if we get up on 650 XP a kill here, I mean, if we're doing 1 minute 15 is 75 seconds. There's 6 in that loop. That's 12.5 kills we're getting there. So if we times that by, 60 divided by 12.5. Don't know why it came up as 60. 4.8. So there you go. You're getting 4.8 kills a minute. I'm getting 5 kills a minute easily training here. You guys should be getting at least 4 if you're a lower level. But if you times 5 kills a minute by 60 minutes, that's 300 kills an hour, which is a pretty decent rate. If you times 300 kills an hour by 650 experience, you're getting nearly 200 XP an hour, which is pretty wonderful. That's not a bad rate, especially after the evolution of combat. That's a pretty decent rate of experience. So as long as you come down here, and you don't need to worry about the poison, it's negligible damage. You just worry about your stat boosters here with your attack and strength. Don't worry about your defense. If you're low level, I've got a super defense here that you could utilize if you're banking too often or using too much food. And don't forget about your prayer and just focus on getting as many kills as you can, as quickly as you can, and you'll be getting that experience rate right up there towards 200,000 XP an hour. So good luck, guys, and I hope this helps. I recommend this very highly. Cheers.